Hey guys, welcome back for another edition of Smart Money Saturday. Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just like trying to be comfortable right now. I am in South Georgia. I think you guys know that. I think I told you. But anyway, I work Monday through Thursday, 10-hour shifts as a licensed therapist. So I treat mental health and substance abuse, and basically over 40 hours a week most of the time. So today's Saturday is kind of like my day off because I had a meeting for work on Friday, my day off, so I really didn't get to enjoy my day off. But today I'm just trying to relax, and I'm looking forward to going to the library and picking up 2 books. So I finished the book that I bought, and the books are only like 50 cents because they're on this table, and there are like so many books to look through. So I'm looking forward to buying 2 books, spending $1, which I look forward to doing on, like, when I get home, after I get my children to sleep and things like that. I look forward to reading books. So I know it kind of feels like I don't have a life, but yeah, that's what happens when you're on a debt-free journey, which is kind of my point today. I don't necessarily feel like you have to live a boring life to be on a debt-free journey, but there are so many sacrifices that people will never really understand unless you're on this journey, because like there's this internal struggle that we have. Either we're going to go out to eat or put that money toward debt. Either you're going to go shopping to look good and feel better about yourself, I guess, in a certain sense, or you're going to use that money to pay off debt, or put it in a savings account. You're going to take your children to Chuck E. Cheese, or you're going to take them to the park where it's free. And of course, they prefer Chuck E. Cheese. Hardly any child would, right? So you're kind of feeling like sad on the inside, like, okay, I know I probably should, but I take one for the team. It's for their future. It's for their betterment. But they don't understand that, and so you really don't even give them option of Chuck E. Cheese, even though you know it's probably more funner than the park. But anyway, that's just my own little thing. Or like me, you leave a bigger city for a small town like this, a rural area in Georgia, and you know that on weekends in a bigger city like Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I came from, which is not my small town that I'm from actually, but that's where we were living 2 years before I moved here. You know, where there's something to do every weekend, something actually free stuff that's actually 10 times funner than being here. So it's kind of like, it's worth it because the rent is literally half the price of what I was paying in Charlotte, but it's boring. Just to be honest, it's very boring, and it's boring. And I'm thinking like there's no Chipotle, there's no what's my other favorite place? Chipotle and gosh, I'm gonna think of one after this video. Starts with a P. Panera Bread, yeah. So there's none of those. You know, those are my favorite too. But I'm thinking like probably, as much as I say I wouldn't, if I was near a Chipotle or Panera Bread, I would probably spend at least $20-$30 a week there eating out or eating for lunch, or at least I would try to like budget for it. And then that's really, I don't really need it, but I wouldn't feel like I need it. So I know that God is working in the midst of this, but it's so challenging right now. I have to be transparent and let you guys know I am feeling it. Like, I don't know. I think it's something to do with the fact that in 2 weeks I will pay off the IRS debt, and I will be to the point where I'm only paying off student loans after this. Like, and it's almost like I really have the option. If I really wanted to quit this thing right now, I could, and I would be okay. I could just kind of like breeze through and just pay the monthly payments on the student loans and just kind of enjoy that. And I'm still making payments, but not as gazelle intense as I could. But I'm making progress. I'm still paying it off. And I paid off all this other debt, almost like over $16,000 worth. So it's kind of like this thing, but it's like, no, you're not doing as much as you could do. You're not going gazelle intense. You're not paying it off. And if you get a side hustle, I realized today that I could pay off my student loans in 1 year. 1 year from July. And I'll do another video about that. So I'm thinking 1 year from now, where do I want to be? I want to be 100% debt free. That would be great. That would be awesome. That would open the door for so many opportunities. or do I want to enjoy my life a little bit more? Keep having to sacrifice. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I turned 30 in about 6 months. So I'm going through this like semi-mid-life crisis kind of sort of thing. And yeah, if you on the debt-free journey, if you've experienced this in any kind of way, on any level, please leave a comment below. Let me know. This video is actually supposed to be about my my I've had it moments that, hold on, that Dave Ramsey talks about. Is actually Les Brown. I think he's the one who invented that saying. And I wanted to kind of share what that was for me. So my I've had it moment was 2000, I want to say the end of 2014, that December or either that January 2015. That was when I had missed about 3 payments of my car payment. And at that time, I think my car payment was like $370 something a month. And that obviously came from not having any credit, financing my car. I got a car through CarMax, Toyota Camry. I love my car. I love my car. I think I told you about how I total lost that and everything though. But anyway, I just love my car, but I could not make those payments and pay child care and get through a 900-hour internship so that I could graduate that December, so that I could start making money that January. Because if I had stayed, I would have had to stay an extra semester, and then try to figure out how I was going to pay for daycare and try to get a job. Wow, and I think I would have had to do more internships or something like that. It was just not feasible. So I actually put in an appeal to my dean of the graduate program, maybe the whole school, whole university, maybe. I'm not sure what he's over, but anyway, I think it might have been the dean of the program. But he actually he approved for me to do those like triple credits for my master's program. And so that made me allowed me to graduate like 2 semesters ahead of my cohort. But the thing was, I had been making A's. I had carried basically a 4.0 GPA the whole time, and 3/4 of the way I worked full time and was a single mom of 2. So I showed and proved that I could manage it, and I was presenting at conferences, and I published a research paper and all that. So they saw that I could do it. I mean, it was nothing about like the ability to handle that. I could do it, and they knew I could do it. But financially, it was like, okay, I have to squeeze through these next few months. And I remember the night before, I was going to make a payment to my car company, but I think I fell asleep or something. And the next thing I know, 5 o'clock in the morning, it might have been 4, 3, or whatever time it was, I heard a knock on my door, and I kind of got paranoid. I was like, oh my gosh, who's knocking on my door this early in the morning? And I look out, and it's 2 men, and they're like, Miss Burston, we're here to pick up your car. We need your keys. They're like, they were so nice. They had this paper in their hand. They're like, if you give us the keys, they won't add on some type of fee or something. They were saying. My mind was so like racing, and I was so filled with anxiety and like confusion and like just dazed that I couldn't even really understand what he was saying. And I was kind of looking at them like, is this real? Are you joking? Am I being punked right now? Like, really? So I gave them the keys, and they took my car. The next morning, I'm scrambling to like figure out who can help me get $1,300 up quickly, because they packed on all these fees and the three car payments. So I think that's like over about $1,200, and they packed on some fees, so it came to about $1,300. I did not call Mom because I think she and I weren't talking at the time for whatever reason. I'm not sure. But I knew at the time that she wouldn't have had that kind of money anyway, because my mom struggled too. So I knew not to ask her. I called my dad. He talked to me about, I don't know. I don't even know. But it was kind of like a pep talk kind of thing, you know. But it was nothing like, oh, I got the money, I can help you, I'll lend it to you. I got nothing like that. So there wasn't any help. It helped me emotionally, but like it wasn't anything that I needed. And then I had a friend who, he pretty much always had money. He doesn't have any children. He He's an IT freelancer, so he pretty much always had money. He's an African guy. And I text him, and he was like, "Yeah, so what's your bank account?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Oh, and I called my children's father, and he suggested that I go to the loan like take out a personal loan. And he was like, "I got numbers. I have companies you can go to." And I'm like, "Wow, like, so you wouldn't even give me the money to get my car so I can take your children to school and I can go to work?" And mind you, he wasn't paying any child support at the time either. Anyway, so I was just really shocked because I know me, and I never asked him for anything, and he didn't even come through the one time I really asked him for something. But anyway, I felt so alone and lost in that moment. I remember those hours were so anxiety provoking, scary, uncomfortable, lonely, frustrating, embarrassing. That's definitely a word, a feeling. I just never want to feel that way again, ever. So now that I think about it, eating at Chipotle, living in a big city, having somewhere to go every weekend, partying it up, dressed nice, looking good, having my hair done every month, every week, all that extra stuff is not worth that feeling. And I'm glad I did this video because this really helped me remember that. I keep that feeling with me for the most part. I'll try to hold on to that feeling so that I can be reminded of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why did I start this journey? I don't ever want to feel that way again. If I need something, I want to be able to always go to my savings account and pull it out if it's necessary. If my children need anything, like I remember moments where I couldn't even afford $5 to buy my son medicine if he was sick or something. Or like when the teacher would send home a note saying, "Oh, you have a field trip coming up, it's $10, and it had to be turned in by the end of that week, and I knew I didn't have any more money for that week, whatever, and it wasn't time for payday until the next week, whatever. Those moments felt uncomfortable. They were embarrassing. I mean, can you imagine a child standing in front of you asking for money, and you kind of have to try to pretend like, "Oh, oh yeah, I'll get it for you," but you know that you don't even have it. If you don't have it, and there's somebody to call to ask for help, and people, they make judgments all the time. I know people probably like, "Why don't you help your family out?" Why? Because I'm sure my family probably struggle. I know they do, but I can't. I got to take care of me first. And that was I think one of the biggest hurdles was to stop helping everybody and learning how to say no. I think I did a video on that because that was the biggest challenge. If someone came to me and needed something, I would give it to them. And they would never pay me back, of course, because Shamanda got it. She has a master's degree. She's licensed. She has all these licenses, and Shamanda got it. And there was never this thing, "Oh, we got to pay her back." It was just whatever. And finally learned how to say no. A master saying no, and nobody asks me for anything now, and I'm glad. And that feels good. But I'm so grateful for this journey. I am so grateful for this journey. Like, man. So that's my story. I would love to hear about you guys and what keeps you motivated. What was your "I've had it" moment? And I tag all of you guys on the debt-free journey that's following me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You guys know what the YouTube thing is right now. So I appreciate everyone who looks at my videos, watches them, comments. I love you guys. And I try to get back to you, but mind you, I just told you my schedule like at the beginning of the video. So, I'm super busy. But I try to respond back. So, yeah, thank you guys for being on this journey with me. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to North Carolina. So I should be filming from North Carolina next weekend. So I will see you guys then. See you soon. Peace.